Hi there, this is Forex here, and I'm back again on your screen on our weekly analysis. So, without wasting much of our time, let's go straight into the video. Right now, in front of me, this is my last week trade. So, let me just give you a little review on those trades I took last week. This is a trade I took last week. You can remember last week, I have this setup. I have this setup last week. Remember, I'm saying this split will be first. Uh, Point of interest, which I'll be waiting for price to give me a confirmation before I would like to enter. But here, which is the second place here, I will just put a limit there. If you don't know, go check my previous video. You will see it there. I explain it and it's play out well. So the second trade is here, which is on Tuesday. This is a country on Tuesday. This one is on Monday and this is on Tuesday. So it's a little move, which give me 1:5 anyways. Give me 1:5 risks to reward. So and this is the third one I took. This one here, which is on Thursday. Let me zoom it out better. This is another one on Thursday. So I don't see my setup on Wednesday, so just don't trade on Wednesday. This is what I trade on Thursday, which is another TP as well. So on that same Thursday, I took another one, and obviously I hit it also. So on Friday, based on Easter holiday, gold particularly didn't open. The other currency pair opens and they trade, but gold doesn't open. If you can relate as a trader who trade gold, please put it in the comment section. So we couldn't see anything to trade on Friday. Basically, we are on holiday for Easter on Monday. So before we go more, which will now bring me to we're expecting a gap when market is going to open today or by Monday, I mean. So I'll be expecting a huge gap. So without wasting much of our time, let's go straight into the video. Yeah, right now let's go to weekly time frame just to know what our weekly time frame looks like. So yeah, let me clear all the charts so that I can have a new clean chart. Okay, this is what we have on weekly time frame on XAUUSD. This is our last week candle. This one here. Previous one is this, which is a gravestone doji. Sorry, dragonfly doji candle. So then we have this one to be the next candle. So what should we be expecting? So on weekly time frame, merely looking at it, probably we're going to be having another bullish candle, but we're not going to just to put our analysis based on assumption. No, let's go to the real analysis. Now, let's move down to daily time frame. So here on daily time frame, this is what we have. So market go to the upside, come down, blah blah blah, all those movement that I've been doing all these things since like a month now, analyzing all this one. So I'm not going to be marking all this here anymore. So let's just go straight like this. You have a last view is here. Then this will be a change of character. While you have 18 internal break of structure there, then have a continuation of the break of structure. Have a continuation of the structure. So that's that. And this time, let's go to core. Let's see what we can have here. So adjusting this one very well. This is our change of character, break of structure. The next break of structure is here. And wow, and we have this. So we have this break of structure here. So after this break of structure, where should be the origin for this break of structure? Here. Which means if we are going to have a sell, continuation of the sell, I don't expect market to break this origin here. So which indicate that we are still on sell. I don't expect market to break this origin here. But which is market has already broke it, already broken it. So which now turn this place to what for us? Change of character. Because we have a break of structure here before. Now I have a change of character here, which you are now moving back to what? Up direction, to a bullish direction. Now from the breaking of structure here, which sorry, change of character, market will pass back down here. But mind you, let's not forget and let's not be fooled at the same time. There is an imbalance here. There's an imbalance here. Do you understand? There's an imbalance here, which market is kind of moving from. We see when market tap into that imbalance, market give us an two bearish aggressive move to the downside. One, two, big candle. So, which means that place is holding on to something. So then we have this one there, which is now kind of pushing market back to the upside. Now this other block, which is kind of pushing market to the upside. As for now, right now, market is this one is still holding the price to the upside. So let's go down to 2 hours. So here on 2 hour time frame, the imbalance was very, very, very intact. So yeah, on 2 hour, since we are having all this internal breakout structure to the upside, to the upside, to the upside. So this happened to be our last BOS here to the upside. Let's say OBS one on what is it called, on 2 hour. So until we have this thing, the market come down and break this origin and break it to the downside, now giving us change of character. So that's when you can now be thinking of continuation of selling. But as you know that we check our weekly candle earlier, which give us a perspective of maybe we are going to have another bullish candle. So with the analysis that we are having now, it's kind of poorly aligned with that weekly analysis, weekly candle. So now this is what we have on 2 hours. Moving down to 1 hour, what do we have here? Okay. Here on 1 hour, I will have to refine this to the downs. We have to refine this small to the downside small. So this is the origin we're working on. We're working with 1 hour time frame. So without wasting much of our time, we need to speed this thing up. Now this is another origin here with another massive imbalance. So with this, what should we be expecting? So let's go to for a little recap. Since we are coming from here, this is our last break of structure from 4 hour. And you know what they say about the higher the time frame, the higher the confirmation. So I'll be working with the higher time frame structure, which give me build up structure and a change of character here. So that's all I want to know, which is market is now on a bullish trend. Unless I have this other block break to the downside. If this market get broken to the downside, then I will now be considering this origin as a sell. Meaning, if market come down to the downside, before getting here, maybe coming to this imbalance sell. Maybe when you come to this balance and it started come down, now broke this other block to the downside, then I'll now be expecting a reverse back to this other block here before we shoot to the downside. So let me go to one hour so you can get what I'm saying clearly. So a quick recap. What I'm saying is, unless I see market come back down here, this other block that is sitting right here, which market is moving presently on, unless I see market come down here and break it down to the downside. Do you understand? And break it to the downside, they have now started coming back up again. That's when I'll now be positioned for this other block here. So that's when I'll now be positioned for this other block here as a sell. So that's what I'm saying. So for in this case, I'm just expecting market to just continue to the upside because if you look at last week Friday, we have a close down on gold, which is caused by an holiday. So that alone is giving us a chances of having a gap when market open. So the gap might even just break this thing to the upside or anything. Just start, my market might just start open from somewhere around here. So, and if you want to come to the downside, it might just come down around here. So my own take here will be here, this other block here. In a simple understand explanation is I would just want to see what will happen around here. Will market break it up, break it to the upside, or will it just come down? If market happens to just come down without getting to this place first, it just happen to come down and break this other block here. That means I will be waiting for market to reverse to the upside. Then I will position myself for a sell. But if that doesn't happen, like market just come up here and break this other block to the upside, lately we are continuing our buy move. Do you understand now? So definitely we are continuing our buy move. So that's it. Or if market just come to this this imbalance here itself and started moving to the downside, I should still be looking at it, which what I want to see is a confirmation that, okay, I'm going for sell or I'm going for buy. So with another point, which is I'm expecting a gap to happen by the opening of gold on Monday. I'm expecting a gap. So wherever the gap goes to, so that will give me an idea of where the market want to move on to. So let's just go to um 15 minutes and see what we got. Now on 15 minutes, this is now our last break of structure. Here on 15 minutes, we're having this as our last BOS. Since we have this our last BOS on 15 minutes, this is going to be our change of character. So this is going to be our change of character. Since we are having this change of character now, which is telling us that market is probably coming to the downside from here before getting to this level. So since once market get to this level, it started bouncing back up. So now we are now going to be looking for POS and change of character around here. So the lookup things here This is our last viewers. This is our last viewers with the look of things. So we have a um the origin across the breakup structure. Where is the origin across the breakup structure? This is the candle here, which also serves as a order block or a supplies or whatever you want to call it. So this is it here. So which I expect market not to break, which I expect market not to go through it, but which market has already did, which now means this order block is not valid. So which means now I will be turning it towards a change of character here. I'll turn it to a change of character. Okay. So before we decide that, let's go to 5 minute time frame. Maybe there's anything we need to see for that. So I think there's nothing really much. There's nothing there. So we have a change of character here, which now telling us market is about to continue its move to the upside. So with this now, it's giving me more confirmation that market is probably going to continue it by say. So around here now, after this breakup structure, what can I find? I can see this imbalance here. Can see this imbalance here. Then I can see this order block here. So I can see this imbalance here and this order block here. So winning, let's go to 5 minutes and see clearly. Okay. So this is it. And this will be our setup. This will be our setup for which. So this is it now, which is I'm expecting price to come down here to this other block and what move to the upside. But don't be surprised. Market may open and just jump, give us a gap to the downside here or to the upside. Anything can happen. Why? Because there is a close down on gold last week because of the gold. What is it called? Because of the holiday for Easter. So that might cause a gap for us by Monday. So market might just jump from here and come down here straight. Started moving from here. Anything can happen or just jump to the upside and started to the downside from here. So in any case, whatever market decided to do by opening, we are not here to force the market to do anything, but we are just here to follow the market's lead. So with that being said, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching to this point. So if you have a question, please put it in the comment section. Anything at all, if you have any opinion, anything you want to share, put it in the comment section. And please do well to subscribe and like this video. Peace.